Recently, Andrew Tate went on the Patrick Bet podcast, and they talked for 4+ hours in this interview about a plethora of different topics. But there was one topic that really stood out to me, and that was the discussion of religion and why Andrew Tate went from an atheist to a Christian to now practicing Islam. And so, in his reasonings, I feel like his argument is actually very poor. Although I've heard a lot of people say he's got a good argument, in reality, his argument actually does not work. And so, there are agreements that I do have with what Andrew Tate did say, and that was Islam is the most feared religion. Now, the reason why Andrew Tate chose Islam is because he says, I'm basing it off of what religion has earned the fear and respect. And that, of course, is Islam out of all religions. And he has a point there in the sense of, in a worldly viewpoint, yeah, Islam is the most feared. And there's good reason for that. One would be women in this faith are having acid thrown in their face because they're not wearing the proper outfit. So the men throw acid in their face. Men will hunt down people who speak against Allah in the Islam faith, and they will want to cause physical harm to them. See, this type of fear is invoked and encouraged in the Islam faith. And so, yes, there is great fear that people have towards this religion, but it's not a good fear. And Andrew's belief is you can't have respect without fear, yet he has his fears backwards on this whole thing. And so another issue that he brought up that I do agree with is he was tired of seeing how Christians lived their life. He was tired of them not living it with this fear of God that they say they believe in. And I do agree with him. There are plenty of Christians out there who live a very fake Christian life, and then they live this very worldly life outside of it. And there is issue with that. And the Lord will punish those who do that, and their end is hell for that. But that doesn't mean just because there are people in a religion that do that, that all of a sudden that religion is now bad. Because you can say that about any religion, really. You can say that about Islam. You can say that about any religion. And so that argument is poor. And as well, I find it kind of ironic that Andrew Tate came out and said this and had issues with it when he was living a life that contradicted the Bible and what Jesus taught and what the scriptures actually teach. So that was kind of funny to hear him say. But here's the main thing, guys. We as Christians do have a holy reverence, fear of the Lord, the only true God, the only God who is the God of the Bible, who created the heavens and the earth. We do have this holy and reverence fear towards him, being given so much love and grace by this God. They don't receive that in Islam. They're never taught that in Islam. See, Christianity is different. It's set apart from any other religion because of what it teaches. That, listen, you are not justified by your works, but it is freely given to you. Salvation is a free gift from God that no one can earn. That's what makes it so much different. Every other religion will tell you you have to work for your salvation, and even if you work for it, you may not get to it. You may not get it at the end of the day. At the end of your life, you may not make it. And so Andrew Tate's reasonings for stepping away from Christianity and now turning to Islam are very worldly and they're very wrong. But there is a Bible verse that I would like for you to listen to, as well as a reminder to Andrew Tate himself. And it's found in Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, when it says, And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Fear the Lord, because he determines when you take your last breath.